Tonight on DC News Now, crime concern in the district following 5 people shot in one night, including a child.
Obviously, that's something that is some concern to many of us that live in the city.
What community leaders want done to address the root of violence.
Our much-needed rain moves out overnight tonight, but it's going to be breezy and a bit on the cool side out there tomorrow. More on that coming up.
A look at the future for this controversial 3-story addition in Northern Virginia.
I just want them to understand I did it for my family.
Why local leaders are putting a stop on construction.
New details and photos from the moments leading up to the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, what the feds are sharing on the eve of the suspect's court hearing.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. Let's take a live look outside right now on this Wednesday night. And the rain seems to have slowed as we take a live look at the Kennedy Center with the Lincoln Memorial in the background. But it has ushered in some cooler conditions for us.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer is here. And Jackie, the cooler conditions and some wind we're going to be dealing with overnight into tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to be dealing with that for much of the day tomorrow. Breezy conditions, and we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, though. So at least we have the sunshine returning to us. But yes, with that wind, it's going to make it feel a little cooler out there, especially tomorrow morning. Here's a view of that radar right now. I paused it just to show you where we are dealing with this next round of rain. This is right out ahead of the cold front that's going to be swinging through. So that cold front back out just a little bit farther out towards the west, but we still have some of these rain showers that still need to move their way through. So zooming on in, we are still dealing with some of that wet weather. It's mainly across parts of Montgomery County, just moving its way through parts of DC, and then back out towards Northern Virginia, out towards Loudoun County, and even right along 66 dealing with some steadier rain, and especially back out towards parts of Loudoun County dealing with the heaviest of that rainfall. We're starting to see some reds popping up on the map. No lightning associated with these as they're moving their way through at this point, but again, this is the back edge of that cold front. Eventually that will slide out, then we'll see some drier conditions overnight tonight. But yes, this has been beneficial rainfall. We'll take it nearly half of an inch in DC. We're not quite out of the woods just yet. We still have more of that wet weather pushed through, and at least 3/4 of an inch across parts of Northern Virginia and back out along parts of the I-81 corridor. So this rain will continue to exit, and we'll see those drier conditions tomorrow, but breezy. More on that coming up.
Jackie, thank you. Families in the district growing concerned about the recent spike in gun violence. Just 24 hours ago, 5 people were shot, including a 5-year-old child.
Yeah, the separate shootings within minutes of each other. It is a story we first brought you last night. 2 men and a little boy were shot on N Street near the corner of 5th Street Northwest. Then on Mount Pleasant Street, a double shooting. Police say they're unrelated, but this crime reflects a violent April in the district. 14 people have been killed this month alone. That is up significantly from March, when the city recorded 2 homicides. Neighbors say they've had it with gun violence, especially involving children.
It's really ridiculous. Like, that's somebody's child. The older people is somebody's kid.
Neighbors say they're so worried about the dangers and their safety. It's just so difficult for them to even go outside.
Well, these shootings happening during National Youth Violence Prevention Week. A local mentoring group is working with area leaders to raise awareness about gun violence.
They say part of the process here is to address the trauma in order to help the community heal. DC News Now's Yanmer Sase joining us live in Northwest, where there was a community meeting.
All right, so Yanmarie, what was discussed in that meeting? I'm sure it was a hot topic there.
Yeah, tonight's meeting was really focused on talking about the trauma that really does come with gun violence, and especially how to move forward and help the community heal from that. But also, they also spoke about a lot of the resources that are needed in the community, especially for the youth.
This week is about the optimism of our youth, the hope of our city.
It's National Youth Violence Prevention Week, and Tia Bell, founder of the Trigger Project, is working to raise awareness while shifting the conversation from public safety to a public health approach.
Through public health, we can see prevention as a possibility to sustain real investment, real programming, real support for young people, because what they're doing right now is crying for help.
At tonight's meeting, hosted in partnership with the Court Services and Offender Supervision Agency, panelists discussed solutions and resources to address the trauma gun violence leaves on communities.
It can impact individuals, it can impact households, and so there are places in this community where folks can go and get help. People need housing, health care, education, and employment. And if we can cover those things, people should find peace and some ability to focus on improving their lives.
The conversation comes during a difficult week after a 5-year-old was shot in a triple shooting Tuesday in Northwest. Advocates say the focus now must be on prevention by creating safe spaces, investing in youth, mental health, and stopping the normalization of violence.
It's unbearable to imagine that this disease could touch them so young. We need an Office of Youth Programming. We already have on the ground coalition building, collaboration, but we need support from the city to invest in our young people.
Now, this was just one of many events happening this week in partnership with the Trigger Project to honor and also bring awareness to National Youth Violence Prevention Week. Now, the last day of that week, awareness is supposed to be this Friday on May 1st. Now, reporting in Northwest, I'm Yammer Sase, DC News Now.
All right, hopefully it makes a difference. Yeah, thanks. Right now, murders are down nearly 50% in the district compared to this time last year. This according to DC police crime data. But assault with a dangerous weapon is up 35%, with nearly 100 more cases than at this point a year ago. Overall, violent crimes are down about 5%, and all crime is down 25%, with no arsons and a 58% decrease in car thefts.
Now to a fight turned shooting in a Maryland high school parking lot. Montgomery County police say a boy was hurt, and they now have a teen in custody.
This happened at Blake High School in Colesville. Montgomery County police say a 19-year-old man walked onto campus around 11:30 this morning and shot a 16-year-old boy during that fight. Now, we're told that student will be okay. And police say they have recovered a handgun here in the parking lot.
DC News Now is your local election headquarters. The voter-approved redistricting maps in Virginia continues to move through the courts. The Commonwealth's Supreme Court denied the certification of the redrawn congressional districts while the case plays out. And another case, the judge says Democrats did not follow the necessary procedures to get the amendment on the ballot. The Attorney General is appealing the ruling, with a legal expert noting this slow-moving process is out of an abundance of caution.
It's not so much around the election itself as it is did the process by which this came to a referendum vote meet certain standards.
Virginia's Board of Elections planned on certifying their redistricting results on Friday, but will now have to wait on the courts. State lawmakers telling families in Western Maryland there are some new laws on the books that'll help put some money back in their pockets, including legislation that's set to save families $12.50 a month on their utility bills. And they say they want to see more done to lower the overall cost of living.
Well, looking ahead, the 14th annual DC Electric Vehicle Grand Prix is Saturday. High school teams from the DMV and Italy will bring their creativity and engineering skills to the track. The free event takes place from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the RFK Stadium, Lot 8. It comes ahead, of course, of the Freedom 250 Grand Prix in August along the National Mall.
Coming up on DC News Now, a woman shot and killed at a popular Maryland park. Investigators need your help finding the suspect.
And we're helping you stretch your dollar tonight to make sure that your summer rental is a dream vacation, not a financial nightmare.
Then ahead at 9:30, new images prosecutors say show the gunman geared up in his hotel room before trying to shoot up the White House Correspondents' Dinner.